Welcome to Testy Productions. Here, we test, we analyze, and we break things down properly. Before we begin, please support the channel by liking the video, leaving a comment, and subscribing. This is a new channel, and your support allows us to keep testing and bringing you clear, honest results. Now, let's get into it. What we're seeing with Byrna's Relic in Hero Wars Alliance is not a small upgrade. This relic fundamentally enhances her utility and opens the door to entirely new team interactions. Once you understand what each relic level unlocks, it becomes clear that Byrna's role evolves into something far more impactful than a standard support. Let's break it down step by step. At the very first relic level, Byrna unlocks Gift Spirit, a completely new skill that immediately changes how she functions in battle. Every 6 seconds, Byrna restores 100 energy to the ally with the highest energy, who is not yet full. That detail matters. She doesn't distribute energy randomly. She targets the ally who is already closest to their ultimate. This means Gift Spirit accelerates the right ultimates, not the wrong ones. Mages that need to cast early, tanks with critical defensive ultimates, and supports with game-changing abilities all benefit naturally. Byrna becomes a quiet engine behind the team, pushing key rotations ahead of the enemy. And because this effect activates consistently every 6 seconds, it doesn't rely on special conditions or perfect timing. It simply works. Even on its own, this relic level already gives Byrna strong strategic value. But it doesn't stop there. At relic level 10, Cuddle receives a powerful enhancement that directly targets enemy control strategies. Normally, Cuddle restores an ally's health. With the relic active, every time Cuddle heals a teammate, all negative effects are removed from them. This pushes Byrna into a much stronger defensive role. She is no longer just restoring health, she is actively breaking control chains that would normally lock her down. And because this cleanse is tied directly to healing, it doesn't require precise timing. As long as Cuddle is healing, the cleanse happens naturally, consistently, and reliably. Then we reach relic level 20, and this is where Byrna gains one of the most unique mechanics we've seen on a support hero. Living Heart evolves. Normally, healing stops once an ally reaches full health. Any additional healing is wasted. With this relic, that rule no longer applies. When an ally is already fully healed, any additional healing they receive increases their maximum health instead. That changes everything. Healing no longer has a ceiling. Health becomes something that can grow over time. This introduces an entirely new sustain strategy. In long fights, frontline heroes become progressively harder to kill. Tanks recovering from heavy damage don't just stabilize, they scale upward. The longer the fight lasts, the more durable your team becomes, simply through healing that would normally be lost. This isn't burst protection, it's progressive reinforcement. And in extended battles, that advantage compounds quickly. Finally, at relic level 30, Byrna unlocks Nature's Blessing. This new skill increases her healing effectiveness by 30%. Not her raw stats, her actual healing output. That means every heal she performs becomes significantly stronger across the board. When you combine this with Living Heart, the impact becomes very clear. Byrna doesn't just keep allies alive, she pushes their survivability beyond normal limits. Add in the cleansing from Cuddle and the steady energy flow from Gift Spirit, and Byrna becomes one of the most complete sustain supports in the game. Energy acceleration, consistent cleansing, scaling maximum health, stronger healing across the board. That combination is rare, and it's extremely flexible. So what does all of this mean for Byrna overall? This relic does not turn her into a burst healer or an instant fight saver. Instead, it transforms her into a sustained combat specialist, a hero who quietly stacks advantages over time until your team becomes extremely difficult to break. She fits perfectly into compositions that value endurance, regeneration, and control over long engagements. For players who prefer outlasting opponents rather than overwhelming them immediately, Byrna's Relic is not just strong, it's a perfect match. I hope this breakdown helped you understand Byrna's Relic more clearly. If you found value here, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. More testing is already in progress, and we'll continue breaking things down step by step. And remember, if it's not tested, it's not testy.